What is up, guys? Welcome back to Simple Builds. We have a fun, informative, pretty short video for you guys today. We are at AutoZone right now, and I'm picking up a few things because my buddy Devin just got his first car. He is meeting me over at the shop, and he doesn't know. We're gonna hook him up with a couple small things from AutoZone just to get him going on the road safely. We're gonna clean his car up for him, and I'm gonna show you guys a couple quick tips for your maybe first car, make it drive a little better, make it feel a little safer, and make it look a little better. So we're gonna give you guys a couple quick tips in today's video. Let's jump inside of AutoZone. I'm gonna keep the camera here. I'll show you guys what I pick up for him. Here he is with the car we're gonna be working on. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
You ready to clean this thing up?
Oh, we ready.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Here we go. So this is Devin. This is his first car, and I see he was mentioning something about some noise under here. So we're gonna have to fix that up a little bit first and foremost. So let's get this car in and get it up on the lift here. We're gonna check it out. Actually, before we do that, it is pretty dirty, so we're gonna clean it. And then I got a few little surprises for Devin. He don't know this.
Oh!
Few little surprises. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy.
Okay.
But a little something light for you, all right? Car over here, and I'll show you guys how dirty it is because it was sitting for a while, but Dev's taking it now, and we're gonna clean it up, make it look good, and get it on the road. So let's get it. Quick intermission to remind you guys that we are still doing the K-Swap Civic giveaway. The ending is very near. We had a couple delays with the engine and getting it in and getting it ready. There's a lot more work than I anticipated, and that is totally on me, and a lack of understanding how much work really goes into a K-Swap. And I learned my lesson, but guys, we're wrapping that up very soon. We got some professional help helping us to wrap that up, and I cannot wait to get this thing on the road, ready, running, ready for you guys. So that'll be in a video coming very soon, but be sure to get entered before it is too late. Make sure you guys grab your entries, jump into the Simple Motor Club at the link in the description. Over at simplebuilds.shop, buy anything on the site. That is every $1 you spent gets you one entry. And if you jump into the Motor Club, that is 400 entries automatically into every single giveaway that we do. So make sure you guys jump in there, check out the site, get entered. This car is coming along really nicely. Cannot wait to give it away to one of you guys. Let's jump back into today's video. So we're gonna wash it up first. We got our soap and water with the bucket ready to go. As you can see, this thing was just sitting for a little while. We got a bunch of little moldy, dirty spots all over the place. A little bit of a rust spot there, but it's the first car. It's all right. It's gonna be a little bit banged up, beat up, but you can see there's some dirt here, some grime. So overall, definitely a pretty dirty car because it has been sitting. Obviously, we're gonna get it fixed up and running good. And then on the inside, oh, hit that unlock for me, Dave, a couple times. Then on the inside, we can't make it perfect, but we're gonna vacuum it up, clean it up. We had a little ant infestation in here, so we'll get the vacuum to it. Nothing we can't handle. So let's get started on the wash. We're gonna power wash it off, get all this stuff cleaned up, and that'll be step one for what you guys should do if you have a car like this, to clean it up, get it ready, make it look good, get it back on the road. Here we go. As you can see here, obviously there's slight oil coming from the bottom. We just power washed underneath the engine area, and there's some oil in this water dripping down. So obviously there's some little modifications or maintenance things that we need to do underneath there, but we'll get to those when we get to them. Probably not in this video, but that's all right. Rainbow, man.
It's right up there. I swear.
It's a good sign of something, I think.
No, exactly.
Usually.
No, yeah.
Maybe not here, but I mean,
no, it is.
I don't know. So we're gonna dry it off now. Obviously, guys, this towel is on sale on the website right now. Make sure you go grab it. Simplebuilds.shop is going to be in the description. Help support to do videos like this. Help out people like my man's Dev.
I use it all the time.
He uses it all the time. This is his first time using it, but that's all right. All right, car is looking pretty good, all cleaned up. Let's pull it inside, and I think we're going to try to tackle some of the interior. There you go. Keep coming. All right. Yep. Make sure you guys hit your door jams. That is nice and gross. Ooh-wee. Sorry, I got perfect. I got just a thing for that. Step number one, we get these ants all cleaned up. Oh, it's nasty. All right, let's get it. And then to finish off the jams, let's take our all-purpose cleaner. Again, this stuff is on sale on the website. Gets you entered into the K-Swap Civic that we're doing right now, that giveaway. You can see the videos on my channel. And this stuff is also really awesome. A lot of people are buying this stuff. They're loving it. So you can get the full kit with a towel, or you can buy it individually. So let's take the all-purpose cleaner and clean up those trunk jams. You get the door jams on the doors too, because we got the trunk, but now we're gonna move on to the doors now and clean them all up. All right, we got the back all cleaned up in here with the vacuum. No more ants, nice and clean. No more ants down in there. So that's all vacuumed up. One other thing I just remembered in the interior is the cup holders. In order to do that, I usually just take the all-purpose spray the cup holders like crazy in there, and I just put it down in the cup holder, bunch it up, and just spin it around. And that usually does a pretty good job. And then just like that, nice and clean. Obviously you got some corners and stuff to still hit, but that is how I clean most of my cup holders, and it does a pretty good job. We're gonna shut this down for now. That is nice and done. So this is the stuff that I've used before, but I don't know how much is in here. But just so you guys know what to use and try to get this stuff up, McGuire's Carpet and Upholstery Cleaner, not sponsored or anything. You just spray it onto a stain. We'll try to get some of this stain down here. So let that sit for a second. The directions are all here on the can. And then you just take a microfiber or a scrubby, whatever you got that's semi-clean, and then try to just scrub it off. Let's see if it does anything. All right, so that is the pretty much finished result. A little bit better, as you can see, but the stain stuff is kind of a hit or miss. And this is the simple, quick, and easy. I know there's a ton of tutorials on how to get stains out of carpets, but that is not this video. So let's move on to the next thing. We were noticing under here was still pretty dirty. We got most of it with the power washer, but we couldn't get everything. We're gonna take this off here, just a Phillips head and a little nut. All right, now it's nice and clean underneath of there and on top, so that's a nice touch that we just finished up. Up next, we're gonna do some glass work. I take a microfiber, fold it into 4s, so you have a bunch of different sides. This is the stuff that I've been using for the longest time, this Worth glass cleaner. I absolutely love it. I love the way it sprays, I love the way it works. So you wanna do the front and back, no particular method, but you wanna do a wet side, dry side. I learned that when I was doing detailing professionally. I worked at a dealership, and this is what they taught me. You spray it on, use the wet side. Remember which side is wet and which side is dry. Doesn't really matter how you clean the window, but make sure you clean the whole thing. And then once you have it all clean, flip it to the dry side to get all the streaks off, and it comes out good as new. And that is what you want to do for every single window, and repeat, and that'll make your windows look nice and clean. All right, so we did a quick lunch break. Now we're back to it. We're gonna get the car up on the lift, and we're gonna check everything out underneath. We're gonna fix that skid plate underneath, and then make sure everything looks good, see if we need any repairs, and fix some of the license plate bolts. So let's get up on the lift and check everything out.
Let's get it.
You totally missed the lens.
Oh yeah, one more time. There we out.
There it is. All right, before we go up in the air, I did want to check out the engine bay really quick and just go over a couple small things for you guys that might be new beginners or new to cars. Just a couple small things And I don't know everything, but I'll cover some of the basics that I do know with you guys. If this is your first car, to make sure it is in good working order. Go under here where most of your hood latch releases would be, and it usually goes up or to the side. You find a little lever, press the lever, little stick here. While he holds that up, drop it down onto this thing. There's always going to be a spot for it. You have your engine compartment right here. So a couple basics to run through. First off, make sure you vacuum under here, because now the engine is up, you can see all the leaves and crap. Keep this all clean. And then for a quick clean, I'm just going to take some all-purpose cleaner. Obviously you have your battery here. Your battery, you want to swap out every couple of years. It can give or take. I mean, some of them last 10 years, some of them last 5, some last 2. Depends on the condition of your car, where you're at, where you live, climates, what kind of battery it is. And we just swapped out this battery here literally the other day. So this is a brand new battery. You have your negative terminal, and these are all just super basic terms for you guys that might not know a ton about cars, because I know you've been asking for a video like this for a while. So just some basics to run through. This is your battery. You have positive and negative terminal. You want to make sure both of them are tight. Your positive is always going to be red, and your negative is going to be black, and that is your ground. So make sure the negative side goes to the negative whenever you're hooking up a battery. That should be self-explanatory, but it's not. But this is your distributor here. Your spark plug wires go over to each one, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then don't get it confused, the numbers on these are not always 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your alternator right here. This keeps your battery charged while the car is on. Then you have your brake booster and your brake master cylinder. And the back is the intake manifold. This is your exhaust manifold with your exhaust heat shield. This is your radiator up front here. Obviously you have your air intake, your intake box that goes into your intake manifold. And then you have an O2 sensor right here plugged into this manifold. All pretty basic stuff. Make sure you never open your radiator cap, or radiator cap, however you want to say it, when your engine is hot, because this will blast coolant out into your face. Then you have your washer fluid. It's usually always labeled just like this. And you have your power steering reservoir. Make sure your power steering fluid is all topped off. This is your coolant overflow tank right here. Every car should have one of these. You have your engine oil dipstick right here. This is where you refill the oil right here. A lot of times it'll tell you what oil you need right on the cap. And this one says 5W30, so you can check it there. Your brake master cylinder, it's gonna say .3 or .4 brake fluid. I'm pretty sure those are the only 2 types of brake fluid you need to know about. It'll usually always say on your cap. And then everything else, just a visual inspection to make sure everything looks good, isn't unplugged, isn't frayed wires, or make sure your belts every so often are not dry rotted or looking like they have strings coming off of them, because that means your belt is obviously ready to snap. And some engines, if that snaps, that's big problems for you. So make sure you guys check and inspect your engines and your engine bay, or bring it to a shop that you know will inspect it for you properly. So that is a basic overview of the engine. Let's get the vacuum out real quick and then clean up this engine compartment very quickly, and then we'll move on to the next step. Get this car up in the air, show you guys a little bit underneath. All right, car is up in the air. First thing I want to fix too is just some stupidity, which the previous owner did this to him, obviously not him. It's just like the wrong screws that hold in the license plate. But this is just, when you're driving, that's annoying. And then let's look at the back. It's the same thing back here, just screws that are just way too long. So we got these buttoned up now, nice and tight. All right, so now we're underneath the car. Everything looks pretty decent under here. You got a couple components to worry about, like bushings on your tie rods, bushings on the lower control arm, your sway bar end link, which is right here, and everything looks pretty decent. You want to look for dry rotting or cracking or any grease slung anywhere from the CV axle. Actually, your CV axle boot is ripped, so that's gonna be, you're gonna lose all the grease from the CV axle, so you're probably gonna need a CV axle for the front here, Devin. So we're gonna need to get that figured out. you always want to make sure you can check. Let's see. So this one, obviously you can see. I'm gonna make sure I can get a better view of it. This CV axle looks good. It's not torn. All the grease is still inside and intact. And then you come over to this CV axle and you can see it is ripped right here. This ripped boot means that all the grease is coming out and is no longer lubricating the bearings inside the axle. So that is gonna need to be swapped. And then everything else looks pretty solid down here. Make sure you check bushings, like I said, for dry rot. You wanna check for oil leaks, anything crazy. This all looks pretty decent under here for an older car. Everything else back here looks like it's good. As long as everything's working and not giving you any signs of failure, you should be okay. Obviously a little bit of surface rust, and some cobwebs. But for the most part, everything looks decent back here. Let's go ahead and get a top clip, a rivet for these. They tried to put some tape here, and that obviously didn't do a good job because this was hanging way down. So all we need is one clip. This just slides up and goes back in, and we can do one clip right there. Let's get 2 push pins from the case, and then these will go back up into their spot. So in my drawer, I have some push pins right here, or whatever the heck you want to call them, retaining clips. All right, we got these 2. Let's see if these work. All right, see if you can hold that up for me there. Find the hole, pop this pin in like this. Nice. All right, good as new. Let's do this one. Oh. All right, cool.
You stay in a place and you stay in a place.
Just like that. All right, so that protective shield down there is all fastened up. Once you check out everything underneath there, obviously you want to check and make sure that the brakes are good. So in order to do a proper inspection, you want to take the wheel off, but I don't know if we're going to be able to take the wheel off today, but I mean, you can look up in there and see if the pad has any decent amount of life to it. If it looks real skinny and thin and it's giving you a bunch of noises, obviously, and your brakes are, feeling crappy, that means it's time for brakes. I did pick up a couple things to surprise Devin with. I did tell him, but I didn't show him what we got yet. I told you guys a little bit about it earlier in the video. We picked up, I think it was 5 different things, nothing crazy, but something I think every new car owner or first-time driver should have in their car at all times. Things that I had in my car and things that you guys should probably pick up. So I think it was like $100 for all these things, some important items that you guys should have in your car, whether you're a first-time driver or not, honestly. So let me go grab a couple of those things and we'll show Devin what we picked up.
Okay.
Oh, that was crispy.
That was clean.
So let's grab those things. I'll show you guys what they are. All right, we got him over there in timeout. So I'm gonna put the stuff on the table, go grab a couple of these things, and then we'll show him what we got. All right, you're released from timeout. Come over here. So this is the nice little selection of stuff we got for your car. We got jumper cables. In case you ever forget, you leave a light on or something, you come back to your car and it's dead, you're gonna need a set of jumper cables in your car at all times. So definitely have those. So you got those set up. An FM transmitter. Anyone that's had an older car knows that these are vital. I know we still got to figure out your radio code, but that should be pretty simple. So once we have that, you can plug this in and you'll have Bluetooth radio.
Finally.
In a 98. Headlight restoration kit. Yours aren't super terrible, but these are important. So I'm going to keep this in your car. We'll probably bust out, honestly, maybe the one of the packets in here. And I don't think you need the whole kit. So we'll do a little headlight restoration on that. Dude, these, everyone knows, longtime viewers know, these are crucial. The Vanillarama Little Trees. So hopefully you like this scent, but you're gonna learn to like it because that's the scent that I use. And these little things, man, these are cool. These, I made a super viral video on Instagram. People were all like iffy about it, but these are blind spot mirrors. So you can put these on your mirror on the top. I'll show you, we'll install them, and your blind spot will pretty much be non-existent.
Hey.
So nice and safe for new drivers to have on their car. These 5 things I think are essentials for anyone to have in their car, and all for about $100, so not bad. So this you can keep in your car. Let's see if we can figure this thing out. It's gotta be smelling good. I got you, bro. I got you.
Love the love.
Of course, of course. Real quick, I also just remembered to buy the tire stuff that I want you guys to check. These tires look brand new, or I guess not brand new, but tons of tread left on here. And you can see the year that the tire was made on pretty much every tire. I'm almost positive. I'll show you guys where it's at right here. You can see it says 4/4/20. So these tires are from 2020. They have decent tread. There's no dry rot. So these tires are good to go. He's got Michelin's all the way around. So these things are nice and safe. And that is a couple tips for the tires for you guys. He's gonna pop the trunk for me so we can throw the cables in his trunk. All right, cool. Yeah, so we got the code error. So we just found the code if you guys are dealing with this on your 98 Civic. So what we got, Devin? We got the other page.
All right. Auto's theft feature will disable the system if it is disconnected from the car's battery. To get the system working again, you must enter a code number. See page 150. Boom, 150.
Boom.
Right there.
We're solving a riddle.
You know.
Let's go. So we'll turn it on accessory mode.
43422.
We are live.
Yeah.
Let's go. That is awesome. Yeah, heck yeah. All right, cool. So we got that figured out. Let's go. Detectives.
Play some Taylor Swift or Beyonce.
Oh, this is fire. This is fire. Okay.
I'm about to start cooking.
Okay.
My name is Devin.
Okay. Thing hooked up so he can listen to music now that the radio is unlocked. So that is awesome. All right, so we got the radio working, so that's huge. And then we're gonna use the transmitter now for the Bluetooth. So he's all set there. We're like looking at this phone holder, trying to figure out what this thing is, and I'm like, oh my, look at the logo on here. This is how you know your car was old people owned. Nokia. That's for you holding your old Nokia phone. You just slide it right in there before the old smartphones. That's hilarious. Up next, we're gonna take just the one part of the headlight restoration kit because these are pretty good. They just need a little sealant on them, and this kit is cheap enough that you can just buy another one if you need it. I think it was the base coat. Yeah, so it was this one. So you just wipe it along, go back, 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 until you cover the whole lens. You can obviously tell, pretty hazy, and look at this one. Nice and clear. In real time. Put it on like this. This is self-leveling too, so you don't really need to worry about putting it on in any type of way, but make sure you cover every bit of the headlight. So it was actually the base coat wipe, so once you put that on, you can see that it looks way better. Now it's nice and shiny. This isn't gonna last for many years, obviously, but it's a quick, very simple, cheap, easy, and effective tool to bring your headlights back to life, especially when they weren't that bad like these ones. So just a new pretty much clear coat layer over them. There you go.
There we go.
Just like that. Ooh, it smells good.
That's what I'm saying.
It smells good. That is the go-to, man. You can't beat it.
Not at all. Not at all.
I mean, not to be racist, but the black ice, man, it's just not the one. It's not.
Excuse me?
All right, cool. Let's jump on to the next thing. And then the last thing we got for him is these blind spot mirrors. You guys have probably seen these before. So this thing goes under your mirror in the top left corner. So we're in the car now, and I wanted to show you guys and Devin too, the proper way to adjust your mirrors. So what you want to do is adjust your mirror to the point where you can just barely see your car. You don't need to see your car at all. You just need to barely see it. So if you go, this doesn't work on this side, the left and right. So we'll adjust it. If you see too much of your car when you're sitting back, that's not beneficial. You want to be able to push it out as much as you possibly can with just barely seeing your car. But you see here that there's a blind spot when you're looking this way. So if you're a car, I can see you, right? Keep coming. Keep coming. Stop right there. So I can still see him, but then as soon as he comes up one more step, you can't see him in your mirror right there, and you can almost barely not see him on your left side. Obviously, if you look back, you can see him, but that's what this blind spot mirror does. It fixes that issue. So it's got a little sticky right here. So now when you're looking left and you're right there in the same exact spot, you can see him standing right there. Look at that. Oh, okay, okay. He's still not in the mirror, and then you come up closer, Devin, walk up. You can still see him, you can still walk up one more. And then by the time he walks up and he's out of the mirror, he's right next to you in the blind spot, or out of the blind spot. So these things are super beneficial. You don't have to look back on your left shoulder. Obviously you still can, I'm not telling you what to do or how to drive, but these things will definitely help. All right, that is a wrap on the 98 Accord, yes. Devin's car. Oh man, dude, they're crispy every time.
Every time.
I hope you guys learned something. I'm stoked to help my buddy out, and dude, be safe on the road. Always. Enjoy the car, keep it clean, and I hope you guys learned a couple things. You know, if you're a first-time driver, or if not, if you learned anything. If you didn't, let me know if you like this type of video. If you want to see Devin's car on the channel again, maybe we can get something going. Maybe get some coils, some wheels. I don't know. Is that something you guys be interested in?
Subscribe for part 2.
For part 2, let's go. So thank you guys for tuning in, helping us to be able to do things like this for people that we know and love. and share some positivity with people that are just getting on the road, people that have been on the road for a while, you know, helping them out with their cars in every way that we can. New drivers, old drivers, doesn't matter. So if you are into cars, if you like cars, make sure to subscribe, help us out to continue to make content like this. And once again, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Peace.